Hey folks, how y'all doing and welcome back to my channel. My name is Leonard and you're watching the Product Reviewer. Now today we will talk about the Fossil Hybrid HR Everett, a watch that has both analog hands and an e-ink display behind them. Now hybrid smartwatches started to pop up about 2 years ago and you really didn't hear a lot about them since they were always kind of like living in the shadows of the normal smartwatches. Now since wearing one of these hybrid smartwatches, I'm kind of like falling in love with them and I'm afraid they might become one of my favorite watches to wear. The Fossil Everett was released about 2 weeks ago and mine came with a 22mm leather strap out of the box. Well, it's a comfortable watch band to wear, but you might want to think about changing it to a silicone strap if you're planning on doing a lot of sport with it. Now you can get this watch in 3 different variations. Brown, which comes with a brown leather strap, a brown e-ink display to match the color, and a black stainless steel case. You can get this watch as a dark gray stainless steel model with a black e-ink display, or you can get this watch in all black with a silicone strap. Now the Fossil Everett takes just about any other 22mm silicone strap or leather strap, so it's very easy to customize. This watch looks a lot like any other analog watch on the market right now, and that's part of the appeal. The outside ring around the watch as well as the hands are physical. They are part of the e-ink display. Sometimes the hands get in your way when you're trying to read notifications on the watch or any other data, but if you give your wrist a quick flick, the hands will turn one time around so you have enough time to read your messages. To access the menu or to navigate on the watch, you use the 3 physical buttons on the side, which are by the way all customizable. By giving the middle button a long press, you get to your menu, and the hands will spin to the 9 and 3 o'clock position. But here you can check your settings like D&D mode, turn the heart rate or front light on or off, notifications or vibration settings. You also have the Find My Phone feature, so let's give it a quick try. You have the Connect challenge, with which you can challenge your friends or random people around the world. You also have the commute time, a music player. Now I do love music players. With this one you can skip a track or go back a track, play and pause, and adjust the volume. Since this watch only has 16 megabytes of internal storage, you cannot download any music files to it. So the only thing you can do with this watch is to navigate music on your smartphone. As for next, we have the notifications. In the app you can set what notification you want to receive, and it works basically with every of your apps. So for example, I can see my missed calls, WhatsApp messages, Snapchat or Instagram. Just keep in mind that this is not a touch display, so you obviously cannot reply to any messages on your watch. For that, you still need to pull out your smartphone to text your friends back. Actually, both of these functions are tied to my upper and lower button on the watch for the quick access, so I don't have to go through the settings. If you check out the app right quick, we have the section Customization, and right here we have a few presets which we of course can change anytime. We can change the watch face too, so we can either download new watch faces from the store, we can create our very own watch face, which is so much fun guys. You can put in your own text, have some stickers, decide what background you want to have and what features should be shown. You can even place them anywhere on the watch. It's like drag and drop. And the third option is to take a picture from your album or take a new photo and use this one as a background. This is one I created just for you, so don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more smartwatch reviews. Just say I subscribe down in the comment section below so I can come back at you later on. Also, don't forget to activate the notification bell to always be notified whenever I upload new videos. The Fossil Everett is not the fastest smartwatch on the market right now, given that it is an e-ink display and that they have low refresh rates, and sometimes it even takes an extra second to respond. But e-ink have a few big advantages over the normal LCD or OLED displays that we find on the newer smartwatches on the market right now. One advantage of the e-ink display is that it draws very little power. In fact, the only time when it draws any power at all is when something changes on the display. And that's why the Fossil Everett has about 14 days of battery life, maybe a day or 2 less if you're heavily using it. The watch comes with a magnetic charging cable which snaps tight to the watch. With this one it only takes about 50 minutes charging to get to 80% battery life. Now that we got all of that out of the way, let's head to the part where we talk about the activity tracking features and how accurate they actually are. Now the Fossil Everett has an accelerometer and a heart rate sensor, so you can track your steps, your burned calories, your pace, your mileage and your heart rate of course. You can also track your workouts as well as your sleep. But let's start with the workouts. Overall, you have 10 different sport modes to choose from, like running and walking, as well as strength training, cycling, and a few more. Since this watch does not have built-in GPS, you always have to carry your smartphone with you around if you want to track your route. One thing I noticed about the GPS, that it's really not working that well, even though it's using my phone's GPS. So there has to be some kind of connectivity problem. So on one walking workout, I was walking for like 30 minutes and the app told me that I only was walking for 0.6 miles. So I was looking at the route and it was way off. That's why the steps for this workout were off too. So unfortunately it happened to quite a few of my walking workouts. So the mileage were off and the route was sometimes correct, sometimes not. So it's not very reliable. So this watch is a bit tricky. As for the workouts, the steps and the mileage were far off. But as I was looking for the overall stats for the day and I was comparing it to the Polar Ignite 2, they were spot on. Also, the heartbeat accuracy is very, very good. It was only a few beats off as I was comparing it to the H10 chest band. So it was kind of surprised because I didn't expect it to be that good. So Fossil, you did a great job on that one. As for next, we have the sleep tracker, and this one's a very basic one. It tracks your deep and light sleep as well as your awake time. You also get to see your heart rate during the night, when you woke up and fell asleep, and the duration of your slumber. And all of that seems about right to me. Now, before we get to my opinion, here's some side specs. So this watch is water resistant up to 3 ATM, has Bluetooth 5.0, and it's compatible with Android 5.0 and above and iOS 12 and above. As for last, with this watch we get a 45mm case, which jumpers off towards the edges. So what do I think about the Fossil Hybrid Everett? Personally, I'm a big fan of the Fossil brand. All of the watches, smartwatches or hybrid watches are high quality and you can feel it and see it. The Everett is also not that pricey as it only costs around 200 euros. And I want to be honest to you guys, but I'm loving hybrid smartwatches now. And it has a couple of reasons. First off, that you can customize the watch face or the display, however you want to call it, to your likings. It's super fun to do and it's super easy. Also, the material, the design and the overall look of this watch is also very fitting for this high quality brand. So in near future, this watch may become one of my favorite ones. The heart rate tracker and the step counter were on point, which was a big surprise to me as I was not expecting that from the hybrid smartwatch, as this one only has like 2 sensors and that's it. Now there's one major downside to this watch, which is the GPS. And I know you could argument that it was my smartphone's phone since the watch is using my smartphone's GPS. But I tried a bunch of other smartwatches in the past and they all were kind of like better than this one. And I don't want to be that mean, but like on 25% of my workouts, this watch was off in the mileage and in the steps. Heartbeat wise, it was just fine. And that's basically the only bad thing I can say about this watch. So folks, that's it for the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more smartwatch reviews and want to be part of the community. It only takes 2 clicks, it's for free, and it will help me out a lot. And with that being said, see you next time. Peace.